Okay, good morning, children. In the last class, we had discussed about the reaction of different metals with water, right? Reaction of different metals with water. So do you remember which are the two metals that are most reactive with water? Hey, and Steve, can you tell me? Which are the two metals that are most reactive with water? Which one?
Ma'am, I don't know.
Why? Did you attend the last class?
Yes, ma'am.
Then just guess among these different metals, which are the two metals which are most reactive?
Alkali.
Metals. Yeah, alkali metals. Which are they? What about its name? The metals that can produce fire on water.
Sodium and potassium.
Yeah, it's sodium and potassium. Both are alkali metals. So sodium and potassium are the two metals that are most reactive with water. And which metal that's floating on the surface of water? Question to Vishnupriya.
Calcium.
Calcium. Why this calcium starts floating on the surface of water? Amina, can you tell me? What's the reason?
Ma'am, I don't know.
And Mary, can you tell me why this calcium starts floating on the surface?
It's not soluble.
Not that the actual reason. Anyone? Badra, can you tell me?
Ma'am, question, can you please repeat?
Yeah, why this calcium starts floating on the surface of water?
Because hydrogen sticks to its surface.
Very good. Bubbles of hydrogen gas, it sticks to the surface of metal. That's why it starts floating on the surface of water. Then which are the metals that did not react with any form of water? Amina, can you please mute? Yes.
Ma'am, gold and silver.
Only gold and silver?
Copper and lead.
Yeah, copper, lead, gold, and silver are the metals which do not react with water. Okay. So all of you, please switch on your videos. Yes, Arjun, Rifa, Emil, Aman, Hadeidi, Rose, Haya, John, Samuel, Meghna, Johan, Sainaba, Surya, Pratyush, Amina. All of you switch on your videos. Okay, then today we are going to discussing about the reaction of different metals with acids. Okay, reaction of different metals with acids. Can you tell me what are the products obtained when metals react with acids? The same thing we have learned it in second chapter, acids, bases, and salt. So can you tell me what are the products obtained when acids react with metal? Yes? Tell me.
Hydrogen and salt.
Hydrogen gas and?
Salt.
Very good. Salt plus hydrogen gas. This is the common products obtained in the case of reaction of acid with metals. Okay, salt and hydrogen gas. When you write one example, we can write HCl. It's an example for acid. Then magnesium as a metal. What will be the products obtained? Nirupama, can you tell me what are the products obtained when hydrochloric acid reacts with magnesium? Yes.
Magnesium
Hmm.
oxide.
Magnesium. Where is oxygen here? Look at the react. Magnesium chloride, then
Hydrogen.
hydrogen. This is the product obtained when hydrochloric acid reacts with magnesium. So here also in the case of reaction of acids with metals, all metals do not react with acids. Okay. And here there is one activity for you, activity 3.11. Here also same samples we are taking to check the
Page number.
page number 44. Activity 3.11. Here also we are taking the same samples of metals that we had taken for the last sessions. But here we are avoiding the sodium and potassium. Okay. The reason is that, the sodium and potassium, they are very much reactive even with water. Their reaction is very vigorous. They react violently with water. Okay. So when they react with one acid, it will be more danger. That's why we are avoiding this sodium and potassium. Then we are going to check the reactivity of other metals with acids. Melvin, can you please read the activity 3.11?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Collect all the metal samples except sodium and potassium again. If the samples are tarnished, rub them clean with sandpaper. Caution, do not take sodium and potassium as they react vigorously even with cold water. Put the samples separately in test tubes containing dilute hydrochloric acid.
Okay.
Suspend thermometers in the test tube so that their bulbs are dipped in the acid. Observe the rate of formation of bubbles carefully. Which metals reacted vigorously with dilute hydrochloric acid? With which metal did you record the highest temperature? Arrange the metals in the decreasing order of reactivity with dilute acids.
Okay. Here also we take the metal samples except sodium and potassium. The reason is that sodium and potassium, they are very much reactive even with cold water. Okay. That's why we are avoiding sodium and potassium. Then we collect all other metal samples, then rub it with sandpaper. What's the purpose of rubbing it with sandpaper? Yes.
Removing impurities.
Yes, to remove the coating like oxides, carbonates, etc. already formed in the surface of the metal. So to remove all this protective coating, we rubbed it using sandpaper. Then after that, we taken hydrochloric acid. Okay, hydrochloric acid in different test tubes. And we placed one thermometer in each test tube. Okay, then we add different metals to different test tube. What's the purpose of placing this thermometer inside the test tube?
To know the temperature.
Yeah, to know the temperature, because even hydrogen gas is produced during the reaction, there will be variation in its temperature also. It's just an exothermic reaction. Okay, so to check the temperature, we are putting this thermometer inside the test tube. So here the reaction, we taken different test tubes and pour this hydrochloric acid into all test tubes. Okay, then we add each metal into each test tube. Then we place one thermometer inside the test tubes. Okay, then here is one question. Observe the rate of formation of bubbles. What does this formation of bubbles indicates?
Hydrogen.
Yes, hydrogen gas is produced there, right? If bubbles will produced in that test tube, that means hydrogen gas is produced in that test tube. Then which metals reacted vigorously with dilute hydrochloric acid? Among the different metals, which are the metals which reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid? Okay, the different metal samples, this magnesium, aluminium, iron, zinc. These are the four metals. They react with hydrochloric acid. Which are they? Magnesium, aluminium, iron, and zinc. Magnesium, aluminium, iron, and zinc. These are the different metals that react with acids. We just take the samples of starting with magnesium, aluminium, iron, zinc, then copper, gold, silver, lead, etc. And among these different metals, only magnesium, aluminium, iron, and zinc reacts with acids. So you can write the magnesium, aluminium, iron, zinc. Then the next question, with which metal did you record the highest temperature? So these are the metals that react with acid, right? Among these different metals, which metal will shows highest temperature? While checking the reactivity of different metals, can you tell me among these metals, which one is most reactive? Yeah,
Magnesium.
very good. Magnesium. In the previous activity, do you remember the activity? That means reaction of different metals, starting with sodium, then potassium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, iron, zinc, then lead, copper, gold, silver, like that, isn't it? So here the magnesium, it will records the highest temperature. Magnesium, highest temperature. Okay. The next question, arrange the metals in the decreasing order of reactivity with dilute acids. Arrange the metals in the decreasing order of reactivity with dilute acid. So here also it will starting from magnesium. Magnesium, it's greater than aluminium, it's greater than zinc, then iron. Magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron. This is the reactivity order of different metals towards acids. Magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron. All of you switch on your videos. This is
Ma'am,
big
other
children.
metals will not react.
Yeah, Vishnupriya, which one?
Ma'am, other than these four metals, none of them will react with acid.
The metal samples that we had taken, only these four metals will react. Okay, we just avoid sodium and potassium. Then this magnesium, aluminium, zinc, and iron, they will react with acids. Okay, yes. So next we are going to write the chemical equation of the reaction between these metals and acids. First one, magnesium, that we already written. Magnesium plus HCl gives magnesium chloride plus H2. Then you have to balance this equation. So it will become Mg plus 2HCl gives MgCl2 plus H2. This is the chemical reaction take place there. Chemical equation of magnesium with hydrochloric acid. Mg plus 2HCl gives MgCl2 plus H2. Okay. Then can you tell me the reaction between aluminium and hydrochloric acid? Rajot, can you tell me what will be the products obtained? Rajot? I can't hear you. No. Adil, can you tell me the product? Yes. What will be the products of?
Aluminum chloride,
Yeah, aluminium chloride. Then plus?
hydrogen,
Yes. Then you have to balance this equation. How can we balance? Anyone? Tell me, how can we balance this equation? Yes. Adidev, can you tell me how to balance this equation? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. Do you get it? Adidev. Tell me. Here the number of chlorine atoms, it will be different, right? The left hand side, only one chlorine, and the right hand side, 3 chlorine atoms. Similarly, in the case of hydrogen, here it is 2, and in the left hand side, it is 1. So in order to balance this equation, we need to make this number of hydrogen and chlorine equal, right? So here, in the case of chlorine, it is 3, and hydrogen, it is 2. To make it common, we can add here 6 HCl. So here it will be 3H2, 2AlCl3. So in order to make aluminium balance, we can put 2. Now it is balanced. 2Al plus 6HCl gives 2AlCl3 plus 3H2. Yes. So this is the chemical reaction take place between aluminium and hydrochloric acid. Then the next one is zinc, right? Zinc plus HCl. What will be the product obtained? Aman, can you tell me what will be the product obtained?
Zinc chloride plus hydrogen.
Yeah, zinc chloride plus hydrogen. Then how to balance this equation? Here only the number of chlorine and hydrogen we need to balance. It's simple one, right? So here we have to put 2. Zn plus 2HCl gives ZnCl2 plus H2. Then the last one is iron with HCl. What will be the product obtained? Arjun, can you tell me? Arjun, yeah.
Ferrous chloride.
Yes. Then FeCl2 plus H2. Then you have to balance this equation. Fe plus 2HCl gives FeCl2 plus H2. So these are the chemical reactions take place when these metals react with hydrochloric acid. So these are the different chemical reaction take place when metals react with hydrochloric acid. Okay, metals react with hydrochloric acid. And in the case of sulfuric acid also, similar reaction will take place. Okay, hydrogen gas and a salt will be produced. H2SO4 also gives salt plus hydrogen. Okay, H2SO4 also gives salt and hydrogen. But in the case of HNO3, what is HNO3? All of you switch on your videos. Yes, tell me, what is HNO3?
Nitric.
Yeah, nitric acid, right? In the case of this nitric acid, it will not react with metals to produce hydrogen and salt. Okay, this is an exceptional case. So you can write there. This nitric acid, that is HNO3, okay? Nitric acid, HNO3. It's an example for acid, but it will not give hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gases not evolved when they react with metals. Okay. The case of nitric acid, hydrogen gases not evolved on reaction with metals. The reason is that this HNO3, it's a strong oxidizing agent. HNO3, it's a strong oxidizing agent. So this HNO3, it will oxidizes this hydrogen to water. It will oxidizes hydrogen to H2O or water, because it's an oxidizing agent. Its main duty to oxidize, to make other elements or the other reactants to oxidize. And this HNO3, it will be reduced by itself. Okay, HNO3, it will reduce to nitrogen oxides. Which are the different nitrogen oxides? That is N2O, then NO, NO2. In the case of both hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid, they will react with metals to form salt and hydrogen. But in the case of this nitric acid, it will not give hydrogen when they react with different metals. The reason is that HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. So it will oxidize the hydrogen formed to water. And HNO3 reduced itself to nitrogen oxides like N2O, NO, NO2, etc. So this is an exception. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Anjita, can you please read the points?
From the board,
Yeah.
nitric acid, hydrogen gas is not evolved when they react with metals. HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. It oxidizes H2 to water. HNO3 reduces to nitrogen oxide.
Which are the nitrogen oxides? N2O, NO, and NO2. Okay, but in the case of two metals like magnesium and manganese. Shall I move to next slide, children? Next page.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in the case of two metals, magnesium and manganese, okay, magnesium and manganese, they will react with dilute HNO3 to form hydrogen gas. This is another exception in the case of two metals, magnesium and manganese, they will react with dilute HNO3 to evolve hydrogen gas. Okay. So these are the two metals. First one is magnesium and the second one is manganese. And in the case of this copper, copper will not produce any bubbles when reacting with any acids. Copper will not produce any products when react with acids. And the temperature is also unchanged. Temperature is unchanged. We can confirm it by checking the reaction in the test tube. There will be no bubbles produced when this copper will react with acid. Okay, that's why we confirm that hydrogen gas is not produced when copper react with acids and their temperature remains unchanged. That means no chemical reaction take place there. So these are the reaction of different metals towards acids. Only magnesium, aluminium, zinc and iron will react with acid to form certain products. And in the case of acid, hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid will produce the hydrogen gas and salt. In the case of dilute HNO3, it will not evolve hydrogen gas because it's a strong oxidizing agent. It will oxidizes the hydrogen formed to water. And in the case of this dilute HNO3, it will reduce itself to certain nitrogen oxides like NO, NO2, then N2O, etc. But in the case of two metals, manganese and magnesium, they will react with dilute HNO3 to evolve hydrogen gas. Then the copper will not react with acids to evolve hydrogen gas. So these are the reaction of different metals towards acids. This is clear, children?
Okay, sure.
Sure. Have you completed? Yes or no? Adidev, have you completed?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's about the reaction of different metals towards acids. Then the next one, how do these metals react with solutions of other metal salts? Can you tell me, children, which type of reaction is this? You have learned it in first chapter. Metals react with the solutions of other metals.
Exothermic.
It's an exothermic reaction, but which type of reaction? Okay, we can discuss this activity. Then you will get which type of reaction is this. Okay, activity 3.12. All of you, please switch on your videos. Okay, here in the first step, take a clean wire of copper and iron nail. Okay, as a first step, take a clean wire of copper and iron nail. Put the copper wire in a solution of iron sulfate. Okay, put this copper wire in a solution of iron sulfate and this iron nail in a solution of copper sulfate. So we had taken two metals. First one, iron. An iron nail, it is placed in copper sulfate solution. Okay, iron nail is placed in copper sulfate solution. And the second one is copper wire is placed in iron sulfate solution. Okay, iron sulfate solution. Then record your observations after 20 minutes. In which test tube did you find that a reaction has occurred? Now you can able to recall the reaction, right? Which type of reaction is this? Iron plus copper sulfate. Anyone?
Displacement.
Very good. Displacement reaction. So among these two options, which in which test tube did you find that reaction occurs? Iron and copper sulfate or copper wire and iron sulfate? Can you tell me, children? Yes.
Iron and copper sulfate.
Yes, iron and copper sulfate. Then tell me what's the reason? What's the main criteria
Copper
for
is
the
less reactive.
which one?
Copper is less reactive
Very
than
good.
iron.
Copper is less reactive than iron, or iron is more reactive than copper. Only most reactive metals can displace lower reactive metals. That's the main condition for displacement reaction. So there is one question. In which test tube did you find that a reaction has occurred? You can write there iron and copper sulfate. Okay, iron and copper sulfate. Fe and CuSO4, iron and copper sulfate. Iron and copper sulfate. And the next question, on what basis can you say that a reaction is actually taken place? What's the main observation there in the case of iron and copper sulfate? Did you remember what happens to that iron nail and this blue colored copper sulfate solution? Rose, can you tell me what will be the observation? Yes.
Displacement reaction.
Yeah, what will be the observation there? It's displacement reaction. How can we confirm that it's a displacement reaction? What change occurs there?
Color change.
Yes, blue colored solution, it starts to fade, right? And there will be one deposit on this iron nail. Okay, so we can write there blue colored copper sulfate solution fades. Blue colored copper sulfate solution fades. And brown color is deposited on iron nail. Blue colored copper sulfate solution fades and brown color deposited on iron nail. Blue colored copper sulfate solution fades and brown color deposited on iron nail. Then write a balanced chemical equation for the reaction that has taken place. Can you tell me what will be the chemical reaction take place here? Ashik, can you tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what will be the chemical reaction take place in a test tube containing iron and copper sulfate?
Displacement.
Yeah, then tell me the chemical equation. What's the symbol of iron?
Fe.
Yeah, then copper sulfate.
CuSO4.
CuSO4. Then what will be the product obtained? If it is displacement reaction, one metal will displace other from the solution. So what will be the product occur?
FeSO4.
FeSO4 plus Cu. This is the chemical reaction take place there. In the case of second test tube with copper wire and iron sulfate, no reaction will, because this iron is more reactive than copper. So copper cannot able to displace iron from iron sulfate solution. So this is the chemical reaction take place there. Then the name, the type of reaction, that is displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. Blue colored copper sulfate solution fades and brown color is deposited on INA. And the chemical reaction take place here. Fe plus CuSO4 gives FeSO4 plus Cu. And it's an example for displacement reaction. Then you can write one criteria there. Only reactive metals can displace the less reactive metals from its solutions. Okay, that's the main condition for this chemical reaction. Only reactive metals can displace less reactive metal from its solution. This is the condition for this displacement reaction to occur. Then to identify which are the metals which are most reactive, we have to follow one series. It is known as activity series. Okay, activity series is the arrangement of different metals according to their reactivity within the decreasing order. Okay, the first metal that is placed as a highest reactivity, then it will follows the decreasing order of their reactivity towards other substances. So we can learn this activity series in the next class. So we have completed the reaction of different metals with oxygen, different metals with water, different metals with acid, and now the different metals with salts of other solutions. Okay, or solutions of other metal salts. That's it.
Yes, ma'am.
Have we completed the slide?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Finished, Adidev? Aditya, are you there? Aditya's Krishna? Aditya. Absent. Then Afsana. Emil. Emil.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Present. Okay. Hadeedi. Hadeedi. Can I stop sharing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hadeedi.
Yes, ma'am.
Hadi Amin. Hadi Amin. Haya Fatima.
Present, ma'am.
Haynes Steve,
Present, ma'am.
Johan,
Present, ma'am.
Lolita, Muhammad
Hey
Aman,
guys, you got your regular mixers, and I was like, I had
Aksana, can you please mute?
so cute and tiny. I mean, just
Lolita, Muhammad Aman, Nisia, Sainaba,
Present.
Savio,
Present, ma'am.
Vishnu,
Present, ma'am.
Vishnu Priya.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, so the absentees, Aditya is Krishna, Hadi Amin, Lolita, Muhammad Aman, Nisia, right? Okay, children, then thank you all. See you in the next class. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.